ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste everyone. We at Advaita Academy welcome you all at 1 month long Oneness Festival, a global celebration of Adi Shankaracharya ji. In this live session, we have a live talk by Professor Gauri Mahulikar on Laukik Nyay to Alaukik Vedanta through Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, followed by a question answer session, after which we have a video of a music performance by Giridhar Koratgere ji. And now for the new attendees, we have 4 different sessions every day, 2 in the morning and 2 at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and 2 in the evening at 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We have also an extra music session on the weekend. Please attend all the sessions. Gauri Mahulikar ji is the Dean and Vice Chancellor in charge of Chinmay Vishwavidyapit, Ernakulam, Kerala. She has been head of Sanskrit department as a head of the Gurudev Tagore Chair of Comparative Literature at Mumbai University previously. She has MA, PhD Sanskrit and postgraduate diploma in comparative mythology. Among the many awards and medals she won, Manekji Limji Gold Medal for her dissertation on ancient Greek dramas and Bharat's Natya Shastra from Mumbai University. She has coordinated UGC funded project on digital preservation of palm leaf manuscripts 2010-2015, and she is also involved in Kulapati Sanskriti Ji Samvardhan Pratishthan as an NGO working for value education among the school children in Mumbai. Gauri ji was awarded Adi Shankaracharya Puraskar for 2014 by Shankara Matham, Matunga, by His Holiness Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swami ji and the Shankaracharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Pitham. You may type in the questions and comments on the chat box for Gauri ji. And now I request you, Gauri ji, to please start your talk. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Gauri ji, you can start, please.
Yeah. Hari
I
Om.
will mute.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction and thank you for this opportunity given to me by Indic Academy on the platform of Advaita Academy. Since this is a 1 month long celebration of oneness, I would be talking on Brahma Sutra, as I said, from Laukika Nyaya to Alaukika Vedanta. Let me start bowing down to Adi Shankaracharya. In the words of Vachaspati Mishra, he said that Natva Vishuddha Vijnanam Shankaram Karunakaram Bhashyam Prasanna Gambhiram Tat Pranitam Vibhajyate. Now he tried to do the analysis of the Bhashya. I am not a Uttamadhikari. As Yaskacharya says in Nirukta, there are like Adadna Saha and Upakaksha Saha. Maybe my Pradnya is Upakaksha Saha and not Asya Dadna Saha. Anyhow, but I thought that Shankaracharya writes in such a lucid manner. Really his Bhashya is Prasanna and the topic is Gambhira and therefore it is Prasanna Gambhira. So let us start with the topic. Nyaya basically is from the root in gatau, prefixed by ni, and a pratyaya ghain. So niyanti anena iti nyayam. So that which reaches us, that which takes us somewhere to the destination, to the goal, that is nyaya. So that becomes a method. That's a manner. That's a plan. That is one meaning. And niyamena iyate iti nyayaha. Other meaning given in the dictionary is a maxim, a popular practical illustration, an analogy, something like a Sanskrit abhanaka, something like a proverb, something which Every person knows, it's very familiar to the common person. So that is another meaning of Nyaya. And when I say from Laukika Nyaya to Alaukika Vedanta, I mean this Laukika Nyaya. In the dictionaries, normally we have the list of Nyayas given at the end as an appendix. And there are some books on Laukika Nyayas as well. And many of these Nyayas are employed by Shankaracharya so very dexterously and so very diligently that, he has made very difficult, profound topic of Brahma Sutra very easily accessible through such Nyayas. In the very first sutra, for example, Athato Brahma Jidnyasa, okay, there are so many questions about Brahma. Who is this Brahma? Kim Brahma? Then what are the different meanings of Brahma? What are the means to acquire Brahma? And what are the fruits or results, rewards of Brahma Jnana? Now, when all these questions are there, Brahmanaha Jidnyasa, Brahma Jidnyasa, this Shashti Tatpurusha compound, why Shankaracharya takes it as Karmani Shashti? It should be Sheshe Shashti according to the Purva Paksha. And to emphasize his point that it is Karmani Shashti, Shankaracharya gives just one example. Raja Asau Gacchati. Here goes the king. Now, when a king goes, he is never alone. He is always followed by his retinue. So when Raja Gacchati, then all the Raja Parivara, though it is not mentioned, it is bound to follow the Raja. Similarly, when Brahman is accepted as karma, because Jna Dhatu is a Sakarmaka Dhatu, it's a transitive verb. Therefore, it requires some object, some karma. And Brahma is the karma of Jidnyasa. And therefore, Shankaracharya sums it up, Brahmanaha iti karmani shashti eva na sheshe. Kasmat, two reasons he gives. One is Jidnyasa apekshatva jidnyasayaha, that is one. And the second is Pradhana parigrahe tad apekshitanam artha akshiptatvat. When you take hold of the pradhana, the principle, the subordinate, it comes automatically. So that doesn't need a special mention as such. So very easily this topic is, he can reach that topic to the common person. So that is Raja Sogachati. Of course, it is not listed in the Nyayas, in the Parishishta of any dictionary, but I thought I will start with this because this becomes very, what you can say, easy to understand, Raja Sogachati. Even now when we see Prime Minister is going or some President of America is coming here, he will never go alone, right? There will be some pilot cars and this and that. So there is a whole lot of retinue following and leading them, escorting them. So Raja Asau Gacchati. Now we come to the Nyayas as such. Kaimutika Nyaya is very often used, not only in Shankara Bhashya, but in other Bhashyas as well, Bhashya Granthas. Normally it is stated by Kimuta, by these words, Kimuta. What is Kaimutika Nyaya is the maxim of how much more or how much less. That would be the common, meaning of Kaimutika Nyaya. Kimutasya bhavaha Kaimutyam, Kaimutikova. And in Shastra Yonitva, this Adhikarana, Shastra Yonitva Adhikarana 113, Shastra Yonitva, that sutra, he makes a very clever use of this. There are many multiple uses. I'll take two illustrations of this Nyaya alone. Now, when he is talking about Brahman as the creator, Shastra Yonihi Asya Iti, and Shastranam Yonihi Iti Shastra Yoni. So the Samasa is split in two ways. And he says that suppose a person has composed a work. Suppose, for example, Panini. Panini has composed his Ashtadhyayi. Now, Ashtadhyayi itself, almost 5,000, 4,000 sutras, it has such a, what you can say, a storehouse of grammatical knowledge. How much more knowledgeable Panini must have been, who composed this work. So the author of a Kriti is more intelligible, more intellectual than the Kriti itself, than the knowledge the Kriti gives you. Similarly, Rigvedadi Shastrani. Now, Rigvedadi Shastra, there is nothing which is not there in all the Chaturdasha Vidyas, right? So now one who has created all these, how much more greatness he must be having. So that is Kaimutika Nyaya, and Shankaracharya writes in his Bhashya, Yatha Vyakaranaadi Paninyadehe Jneyayika Desharthamapi Sahat Tatahapi Adhikatara Vijnana Iti Prasiddham Loke Kimu Vaktavyam Aneka Shastra Shakha Bheda Bhinnasya Ityadi Ityadi Rigvedadhyakhyasya Sarvajnana Akarasya Aprayatnena Eva Leela Nyayena Purusha Nishwasavat Asmat Mahataha Bhutat Yonehe Sambhavaha. And it is said Rigvedadi just Nishvasita Matram. So that is just a leela, you know, as we are just breathing in and breathing out without making any deliberate attempt to do that so easily. So that ease is there. Leela Nyaya again. So that ease is there. Then what to talk about the greatness of that Brahman? It is anybody's guess. Similar Nyaya, Kaimutika Nyaya, he uses elsewhere also in the second chapter, 2.127, it is Shrutestu Shabdamulatvat in Krishna Prasatyadhikarana. And there he gives an example of, you know, the ordinary Mani Mantra, Aushadhi, etc., etc. For certain diseases, you know, there are some Aushadhis which are prescribed, but all Aushadhis will not act uniformly on all the patients. Ayurvedic Aushadhis, they are heterogeneous and not homogeneous like the allopathic ones. And therefore, Mani Mantra Aushadhi Prabhutinam Shaktayaha, the capacities, the potential of Mani, Mantra, Aushadhi, etc., they are sometimes viruddha, aneka karya vishaya drishyante, kimuta, again, kimuta, achintya prabhavasya brahmanaha rupam, vina shabdena na nirupyeta. So many things are there for Mani Mantra Aushadhi that our words fail to describe their powers, varied powers. Then what to talk about Brahman, who is Achintya Swabhava? And then there comes a quotation that Achintya Kaluye Bhavaha Natans Tarkena Yojayat. So Brahman is beyond reasoning. Do not apply reasoning for that which is unthinkable. Brahman is not what you can say antahkarana gamya. It is not bahyendriya gamya. It is only and yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. The Vani cannot describe him. The mind cannot grasp his nature. Then how can you measure that Brahman with words? Even the Mani Mantra Aushadhi you can't measure. Then what to talk about Brahman? So this is like, you know, Kaimutika Nyaya, which is very famously described by Shankaracharya. We come next to my most favorite Adhikarana, which is Anandamaya Adhikarana. You have two beautiful Nyayas in that. Of course, before Anandamaya Adhikarana, in Ikshatya Adhikarana also there is one Nyaya, we'll see it later. In Anandamaya Adhikarana, you have first Arundhati Darshana Nyaya. Arundhati Darshana Nyaya, I always say, you know, this is based on a Khagoliya Ghatana or a stellar thing, you know, like the Saptarshis and the pole star and the tiny twinkling star like Arundhati. Suppose a person wants to show a lay person what Arundhati is like, you know, where she is located, that star, where it is located. So he takes the person, the layman, the naive person, to the open place, maybe the terrace of a building, and shows him one very bright, luminous star. The naive person thinks, oh, is that Arundhati? Then he says, no, no, come little southwards. Do you see a cluster of stars there? And then the person, common person, yes, he says, yes, yes, I can see a cluster of stars. Oh, that is Arundhati. No, no, that is not Arundhati. You concentrate on, you know, the tail-like portion. There are 3 stars. Do you concentrate on that? By that time, from general, we are narrowing down our scope and coming to a particular thing, you know. So narrowing down the scope from simple to difficult, from exterior to interior. And then we concentrate upon those 3 stars, that cluster, and we feel, oh, that's Arundhati. He says, no, concentrate on the middle star. Middle star, oh, I got it, that is Arundhati. No, a tiny star twinkling besides that middle one, because the middle one is Vasishtha, and the tiny star besides it is Arundhati. So in that manner, he will show. He will not show that is Arundhati, we can't even locate it, right? Because we don't know anything. So interior, 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 narrow down. That is the pedagogy. That's the methodology of learning anything which is new, which is not known to us. So from known to unknown, that is our journey. He uses this nyaya, you know, when to deal with the discussion of Taittiriya's Panchakosha. So Annamayaha Atma. First, Annamaya Kosha is Atma. Oh, then we believe Annamaya is Atma. Tasya Antaraha, then Pranamaya. Tasya Antaraha, Manomaya. Tasya Antaraha, Vijnanamaya. So from Baiha to Antara, he takes us still within, still within, still within. And then we come to Anandamaya. And then we feel, oh, Anandamaya. And Tasya Antaraha, na kopi varnita. Beyond Anandamaya, nothing is being described. So Anandamaya becomes Atma. That is the traditional viewpoint. And Shankaracharya comments on that. Yatha arundhatim didarsha yishuhu tat samipastham sthulam taram amukhyam prathamam arundhati iti grahayati anantaram tam pratyakhyaya paschat arundhati meva sakshat grahayati tadvat na ayamatma iti bruyat. या अंत्या प्रदर्शते सा मुख्या एव अरुंधति न अन्या न अन्ये अन्यातारका. So एवं इह अपि आनंदमयस्य सर्वांतरत्वात् मुख्यम आत्मतत्वम. So that is the like conclusion which Shankaracharya comes at. Of course, he then refutes that also and says Anandamaya is not Atma. We'll see that in the Ardhajaratiya Nyaya. But I'll just try to recollect here and quote here from Vachaspati Mishra, from Bhamati. He clarifies, you know, Bhamati Karya Vachaspati Mishra clarifies, Nahi iyam shrutihi Anandamayasya sarvantaratam brute. See, Anandamaya is the interior most, the innermost sheath, innermost kosha, and yet Vachaspati Mishra says, Na tasya sarvantaratam brute apitu annamayadi kosha chatushtayantarataam anandamaya koshasya. So this is in relation to only the 4 koshas and not the innermost thing of everything. And for that, he again gives a very fine example. Nahi devadattaha balavan iti ukte. One person, Devadatta, he is very hefty, very robust in his stature and structure. So he is very brave. Balavan iti ukte. Sarvan simha shardulina sharduladinam api prati balavan pratiyate. Apitu samana jatiya narantaram apeksha. When Devadatta is said to be Balavan, it is in comparison to the fellow beings, other men, and not in comparison to Simha, Shardura, the lions and tigers. You know, in the same genre, his Balavan, Balavatta is given for Devadatta. Therefore, why? Because, you know, Shankaracharya in the Anandamaya Adhikarana, after from 12 to 19 is the 12 to 19 are the sutras. In the 19th sutra, at the end, he will give his own interpretation again of all 12 to 18 sutras. Because he says, Anandamaya is not Atma, it is Ananda. Atma is Ananda and not Anandamaya. And here comes the other Nyaya, which is again a very fabulous Nyaya, which is Ardha Jaratiya Nyaya. This is a maxim of a semi-senile woman. She is half Taruni and half Jarati, half Jarata. Iti vaktum na shakyate kila. Yatha stri na Taruni श्लथस्तनत्वात् कृष्णकेशत्वात् न जरति वक्तुं शक्यते तद्वत् सिद्धा सिद्धं प्रयोजनम्. So this comes again in this 19th sutra. So this again has the same reference of Panchakosha of the Taittiriya and all that. We saw that. Now when people argue that Anandamaya is the Atma and Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya are not Atma Tattva, they argue that Mayat, this suffix, speaks of Vikara in the first four koshas. Okay, Mayat Vikararthe. It indicates some sort of modification. And Mayat in the Anandamaya, in Anandamaya also there is a suffix Mayat, but there it speaks of Prachurya. Now here is the confusion. How can the same suffix mean Vikara in four koshas and Prachurya in only one kosha? That is as good as Ardha Jarati Nyaya. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You can't have Mayat for Prachurya as well as for Vikara. Either you have the Mayat Pratyaya for Prachurya in all the cases or Vikara in all the cases. And Shankara prefers the second. He takes Mayat as Vikara even for Anandamaya. And that serves its purpose very well because Dvirupam hi Brahma Kathyate. Savikalpam Nirvikalpakancha. And this Anandamaya is the Savikalpa, Saguna, Sakara Brahma, which is Hiranyagarbha, which is the Paramatma who created. He is the Vidhata, the Srishtikarta. And Ananda is the ultimate. That is the Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikalpa. You know, so this twofold Dvirupam hi Brahma, that also gets justified. Another thing he emphasizes here is Shruti Anandamayo Abhyasat. What is the Abhyasa? More references are found which say that Brahman is Ananda, Anando hi Brahma Vajanat, or Raso Vaisaha, not Rasamaya. Because Rasa and Rasamaya, there is little difference. I always say it, you know, like when we say, I'm a mother-in-law now. Okay, so I have two daughters-in-law. My daughters-in-law are like my daughter. Now, like daughter and being daughter, there is a difference. Mother-in-law, being treated as a mother and being a mother, there is a difference. Right? And therefore, Anandamaya is like Ananda, but not Ananda. What a profound thought. And exactly, you know, his thought process goes in the same way that there is no compromises later, because he drives us, you know, through this channel, through these nyayas, so very like a dexterous driver, you know. He takes us avoiding all bumps and all things, you know, and as if we are traveling on the Rajamarga. So that is the beauty of his Prasanna Gambhira Bhashya. Then there are Bijankura Nyaya, Andha Parampara Nyaya, and Andha Golangula Nyaya. Bijankura Nyaya is like, you know, this is wherever there is mutual causation, the seed is the cause of the sprout, and on the other hand, sprout becomes the cause of the seed. Because where is the seed comes from? The seed will come when it sprouts, the tree grows, it bears fruits, and it has seeds in it. So seed is the cause of the sprout, and sprout on the other hand is the cause of the seed. So they are mutually, they are cause and effect of each other. So whenever there is mutual causation, this nyaya is used. This is something like, you know, Anda Kukkuti Nyaya, which in modern psychology and modern ways, it is known as the maxim of means and end. The same thing is means and end as well, you know. And for this explains the Nyaya in a very nice manner. For example, we have this Panchabhautika Sharira. When we have the Sharira, we have the karmas, you know, we do the karmas. Nacha karmantarena shariram sambhavati, nacha shariram antarena karma sambhavati. This is how the Nyaya is explained. Unless we have a body, we will not be able to perform karma. And unless we perform karma, which decide our birth, the future birth, we won't get a body. So karma is the cause of the body, and body being the cause of the karma, Maya being the cause of the prapancha, or adhyasa being the cause of vyavahara, and vyavahara being the cause of adhyasa. There are so many pairs where this is mutually, cause and effect relation, and ultimately we know nothing of that. To get rid of this, why now? How Maya in Kevaladvaita, we say it is Anadi, but it is Santa. Otherwise, Anirmokshatva Prasangaha, Athava Brahmanaha Sadvitiyatvam Prasajjate, like that. And therefore, Maya has to be Santa. But it is Anadi, so you rule out the Adi of that. So this, in a way, proves the Anaditva of Maya, which is a very key point in Kevaladvaita. Now there are three nyayas basically on Andha, this word, which is Andha Pangu Nyaya, which comes in the Sankhya Karika, and Sankhya being the chief opponent of Shankaracharya. The Pangu Andha Nyaya or Andha Pangu Nyaya is referred to by him while refuting the Sankhyas. I am not taking that because otherwise I have to explain the Sankhya philosophy, which I don't want to do at this point of time. So we'll see Andha Parampara and Andha Golangula. Now Andha Parampara Nyaya is referred to in the Abhavadhikarana in 2.230, second adhyaya, second pada, which is Tarka pada. And Abhavadhikarana is the refutation of all the heretics. And sometimes it is the Vaisheshikas are also refuted in the 18th Sukta, Sutra, Yuktehe, Shabdantaracha, etc. So this is a maxim, Andha Parampara Nyaya is a maxim of continuous series of blind or one blind followed by many blind people. And this has a reference, we can refer to a Kathopanishad verse for this. Avidyaya mantare vartamanaha swayam dhira panditam manyamanaha dandramyamana paryanti mudha andhe naiva niyamana yathendaha. So that really speaks of Andha Parampara Nyaya. Buddhas, this is a refutation of the Buddhas, heretics, as I said earlier. Buddhas do not believe in Baihartha. Sarvam Shunyam, so they don't, except for the Sarvastivadins, they don't believe in the Baihartha. But they believe in the Vasana Vaichitrya. Now, how will the Vasanas or the impressions will be created? Unless there are Baihartha, Vasanas won't be emerging. Vasanas come or Vasanas, rise up on the basis of the Baihartha. These are the impressions. So if there are no Baihartha, there won't be Vasana. If there is no Vasana, there is no Vasana Vaichitrya also. So now Vasana, the impressions emerging from Baihartha, if external objects, Baihartha, don't exist at all, then how can the Vasanas be arising out of that? Now, even if you say, Shankaracharya tells the Buddhas, even if you say that Vasanas are Anadi, even then their emergence, first emergence at least, can't be established because external artha don't exist according to your doctrine. Thus, non-existent objects producing vasanas and multiple vasanas, and which become the cause of variety of knowledge, is like saying one blind leading the host of other blinds. So that has nothing, no tangible thing or nothing, in that we have. And then we come to the Andha Golangula Nyaya. That is also very unique Nyaya, and it comes in the Ikshatyadhikarana. Andha Golangula Nyaya comes in the 5th Adhikarana, Ikshatyadhikarana, Ikshaterna Shabdam. 117. This is a maxim of a blind man holding the cow's tail and being misled by the cow in the forest. Now, Shankaracharya doesn't explain it, so very clearly, but I saw Ratnaprabha of Govindananda, and he has explained this very, very nicely in a story form. You know, you imagine a blind man with some of his belongings. He's traveling and visiting some relative, in a distant place. On the way, a wicked person sees him. And the wicked person, he wants to deprive that blind man of his belongings naturally. So what he does is he starts talking to him in sweet voice, sweet terms, inquires about him, where you want to go and how can I help you and all that stuff. The blind man has full faith in him. Okay. Meanwhile, the wicked man would say, I would take care of your belongings, give me that, your bag, I will hold. And, for certain steps, few steps, he would lead him. And then he would say, oh, I remembered I have some work here. So why don't you do one thing, here is a bull or a cow. That cow is going to the same village where you want to go. Why don't you do one thing? You just hold on to the tail of the cow, and that cow will lead you to or the bull will lead you to the town where you want to go. The blind man, already deprived of his thing, he can't see anything, and he has full faith. Tannishthasya mokshopadesha, he has full faith in this person, the wicked person, so to say, and he holds to the tail of the cow, the bull. Imagine a bull who is held by somebody with the tail, very tightly, so that he should not, miss out on the path. And therefore, how that bull will behave? He will jump, he will try to throw out the man and trample him and do what not. And ultimately, what will happen? Will the blind man reach the destination? Never. Similarly, now Shankaracharya, this is all explained by Govindananda in Ratnaprabha. And he completes, Govindananda completes this as Saha, the Andhaha, Shraddadhanataya, Tadutyajan, Swa Abhishtam Aprapya, Tad Atyajan. That cows Golangula, Atyajan, Swa Abhishtam Aprapya, he will never reach his destination. Anartha Paramparam Praptaha, and on the contrary, he is subjected to so many misfortunes and accidents and whatnot. Tathaiva pradhanatmavadam manyamanaha purusharthat vihanyeta anarthancha richet. So one who believes in Sankhyas, Pradhana, as the Jagat Karana, will not reach the destination which is the Atma Tattva. The Shruti starts from Chandogya, Tadaikshata Bahusyam Prajayeya iti. Now we come to the main sutra. This is the background of Andagolangula Nyaya. So Tadaikshata Bahusyam Prajayeya iti. This is from Chandogya, and Sankhyas argue that by Tat, what is referred to? Tad refers to Pradhana Tattva. Pradhana is the Atma. But the Shruti at the end, it says, Sa Atma Tattvamasi Shveta Keto. Now, is Pradhana, which is Achetana, Prakriti. Pradhana is Prakriti. So it is Pradhana Karanavada or Prakriti Karanavada. Is it possible that Achetana, Prakriti or Pradhana could become the Atma of a Chetana person? It is impossible. But suppose now Shvetaketu were to believe this Pradhana Karanavada, then what will happen to him? He will not reach the destination, his Atma Tattva. On the contrary, he will be entrapped, entangled in the Sukhavani. See, the Govindananda has says that it's a hidden sarcasm, I feel, that Kapilasya Vani, because Kapila is the Sutrakara, Kapilasya Vani is sweet Vani, because he is Mahajano, Yena Gatasya Pantha, he is followed by many people, and therefore if a person were to follow Kapila Vani, then it will be as disastrous as the sweet voice of the wicked man who led that andha, who led that blind man to ruinous fate, and therefore this pradhana cannot become the atma tattva. So here he has used the andha golangula nyaya. Then there are some two other nyayas. One, I'll skip it very quickly and go to two more nyayas I want to do very in detail, right? So one could be like Kriya Vikalpa Nyaya. It is not listed in the nyayas. But this we use so many times in our Vyavahara. Laukika and Vaidika both in Vyavahara. So though it is not listed, I feel it should be taken in the list. So actions, whatever actions may vary, but the substance doesn't vary at all. For example, no one can question or challenge the existence or nature of an existing siddha vastu. The process to acquire or know that padartha may vary. The process of knowing that siddha vastu may vary, but that does not harm in any way the substance, the vastu swarupa at all. This is referred to in Janmadhya Sreta, Janmadhya Adhikarana 112, and Shankaracharya comments here that commentary is very good. You know, kartum akartum anyatha va kartum shakyam laukikam vaidikam cha karma. If there is a karma, karma becomes a sadhya and Brahma is siddha. So there is a clear, compare and contrast between siddha vastu and sadhya vastu on the other hand. Karma is sadhya, Brahma is siddha. And whatever is sadhya, in that there are options. You can do, you may not do, you may do it in a different manner, what you want to do. Okay? Kartum akartum anyatha va kartum shakyam. Katham yatha ashvena gacchati. Somebody wants to go to Kashi for learning. Ashvena gacchati, padbhyam gacchati, anyatha gacchati, nava gacchati. Right? So these options are there. This is as far as the Laukika karma is concerned. For Vaidika karma also, atiratre shodashinam grinnati, atiratre shodashinam na grinnati. Shodashi is not a 16-year-old woman. Shodashi is a Somapatra. And or sometimes there is Udite Juhoti, Anudite Juhoti. These are the Mimamsa Sutra, Mimamsa Vakyas. So on these Vakyas, there could be different interpretations. But not that Brahma is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. You can't argue, you can't challenge, you can't question because it is Siddha. Suppose there is a table, even a blind man will say it's a table. Nobody can say it is not a table, it's a chair because it is Siddha. And therefore, Shankaracharya further, when this is Vikalpanastu Purusha Buddhi Apekshaha, na Vastu Yathatmya na Vastu Yathatmya Jnanam Tarhi. Vastu Yathatmya Jnanam na Purusha Buddhi Apeksham. Kim Tarhi? Vastu Tantrameva Tat. Yatha Brahma. And then he says, Sthanureva Ayam Itiya Buddhihi Tat Tattva Jnanam. That is the Yathartha Jnana. But sometimes there could be some confusion. So Sthanurva Purushova, but that means it is a Mithya Jnana or a Viparita Jnana. That is not a Siddha Vastu Yathartha Jnana. So for the Yathartha Jnanatva, Atma or Brahma being a Siddha Vastu, there can't be any options or questions. So if Brahma could be like this or could be like this, Brahma is like this. Tasmat Asti Eva Brahma Avikritam. So that is how he concludes in that Kriya Vikalpadhikarana. Okay, I mean the Janmadhyadhikarana. I'll take two more nyayas. I think 5-10 minutes will be there, no? So one is Chakra Brahmana Nyaya, or I may skip it. It is like Kulala Chakravat Pravritta Vegasya Antarale Pratibandha Asambhavat Bhavati Vega Kshaya Pratipalanam. This is like a potter's wheel being rotated. Okay, that momentum it has got. Until that momentum is there, it won't stop rotating. The Kumbhakara has stopped, rotating that with his danda. But now there is a gati. And that Vega Kshaya, till that Vega recedes, one has to wait and watch. So it can't be just stopped, the moment he stops rotating it by danda. This is referred to in, I think, the fourth chapter, naturally Phaladhyaya 4.1.15 in Anarabdhadikarana. The question is, when a person gets Brahma Jnana, does he Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati? Okay, that is the Shruti, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. But that moksha would happen after the death, after the decay of the body. Deha Patanad Ulvameva Moksha. And then here comes a very fine principle which is available only in Kevala Advaita, that is of Jivan Mukti Avastha. So he becomes Mukta, no matter he has to leave. Because anarabdha karya, that anarabdha karya gets exhausted. But whatever is arabdha karya, his prarabdha, he has to enjoy or suffer the fruits of the karya, the karma, which has already begun, because it is like a potter's wheel. We switch on our fan. The moment we switch off the button, the fan doesn't stop. That gati is already there. So till that gati, that urja, that vidyut pravaha is there, it will start rotating and then it will stop when there is vega kshaya. Similarly, when there is prarabdha kshaya, then the person will die and then he has already become one with Brahman. But then how does he live? How does he stay? It is like, you know, in the Chandogya there comes a very beautiful Shruti. Yatha ahi nirvayani pratyasta bileshete. Skin, you know, the skin of the serpent. The serpents or the snakes mold their skin. So the molded skin lies in the hole somewhere in the bila. And the snake has got a new body, he casts off that, he means it, the snake, it cast off its old skin, it got the new one, the old skin is lying there without any prana in it. Does the snake have any attachment for the cast off or the molded skin of its? No. Similarly, a Brahmajnani looks at himself as the cast off body. And therefore, whatever he does, Ashnan Gachan Swapan Shvasan, he has to do all these karmas, but then there is no binding on that because all the karmas are anabhisamhita phala. He doesn't have any apeksha. So this is like, you know, nishkama karma he does. And as long as the prarabdha karmas don't exhaust, he has to stay on this earth, waiting for his moksha, waiting for his death. Tasya tavadevam sampatsye yavanna vimokshe. Again, the Chandogya. I think my time is getting up, but I'll take the last nyaya for 5 minutes more. It is Tantupatan Nyaya. It could be called Sikata Tailan Nyaya. You know, Shankaracharya has referred to this Nyaya in different terms, in different adhikaranas. It comes as Samveshtita Prasarita Patanyaya in 2.1.19, which is Arambhanadhikarana. Then it comes as Sikata Tailanyaya in the 2.1.16, you know, and it comes as Tantupatanyaya also. And there are so many things to tell about this. Now, Samveshtita and Prasarita Patanyaya. Basically, we go to Tantu Patanyaya. Tantu, the threads, are the cause. This is very important because this gives you Karana Karya Yoho Ananyatvam. On the other hand, this is the Satkaryavada in which the Sankhyas also believe and Vedantins also believe. This is Satkaryavada as opposed to the Vaisheshika's Asatkaryavada. So if there is a Karya, it has to exist in a latent, dormant form in the Karana. For example, the gigantic Vishala Vatavruksha is there hidden in the Vatadhana, in the tiny atomic seeds of the Vata. If it is not there from the sprout, such a big tree won't come at all. It won't grow at all. Sikata Tailanyaya. Now, Tilebhyaha Tailam. Tila has that potential of giving you the Taila. Sikatas, howsoever you crush and pound and squeeze, you can't get Taila from that because there is no potential in Sikata, that is the sand, to produce Taila, that is oil. So that Karya is there In the latent form, only thing is it gets manifested. How? Like a prasarita pata. Prasarita pata, a spread out cloth. Samveshtita pata, rolled out or folded cloth. If a cloth is folded, you don't get the ayama, the expanse of it, the length and breadth of it. And therefore you feel, oh, there is nothing in it. But when you spread it, it becomes so big. And then you understand, oh, this is the karya. So karya is seen by us because it is so very visible. The multiplicity in this world is so visible. And therefore we can see the karya. But the karana we don't see. Nonetheless, karya exists in the karana in a dormant state. So that is the Sikata Tailanyaya, and this basically Karana Karya Yoho Ananyatvam. And the same thing is, Swami Vidyaranyaji in his Panchadashi has elaborated on this, especially on in the sixth Prakarana, which is Chitradeepa Prakarana, and he says, Yatha dhauto ghattitascha lanchito ranjita pataha chidantaryami sutratma virat atma tatheriyate. And again in the verse, in the same Prakarana, Chitradeepa, Tantoho sankocha vistara chalanado pataha tatha avashyameva bhavati na swatantriyam pate manak. In pata, there is no swatantra at all. Now Vidyaranyaji, again Sringeri Mathadipati, he has elaborated it still further, this same nyaya, and he says in pata, that is in karya, there is no swatantriya. Swatantriya is there in the karana and not in the karya. So tantoho sankochena, that becomes the karana, and prasaranena, that becomes the karya. So pata is like a sharira of the tantu and not swatantra. Similarly, jagat, the body of the antaryami, is not independent. And how then it appears avirbhava tirobhava katham jayate? Pranikarma vashadeshaha pataha yadvat prasaritaha and pranikarma kshaya vashad sankochita pataha yatha. By our karmas, we get births, and then it is like a prasarita pata. When our karmas get exhausted, our life comes to an end. So it is like a sankochita pata. So this is basically to refute the asat karyavada of the Vaisheshikas. Shankaracharya comments here, if everything be equally non-existent everywhere, like asat karyavada, this is the refutation of the Vaisheshikas, nothing exists, then anything can come out from anything else. Then why do you require milk to produce curds? Curds can be produced from milk, from water as well. So if everything is produced, if everything be equally non-existent everywhere, why curd is produced from milk and not from clay? All effects being non-existent in the cause, anything would come out of anything else, but that is not experienced by us. And therefore, Satkaryavada, Karyasya Karane Sattvam, that is one thing, and Ananyatvancha. And Karana Karya Yoho Abhedaha, these 2 points are brought out by this Samveshtita Prasarita Patanyaya. It proved by reasoning as well as scriptures, and this is proved by reasoning as well as Shruti Mula, Shrutehe Shabdagamyatvat, and then it is similar to the same vital force also, prana, assuming different names and characteristics. So it is one and the same vital breath, but pravritti bhedat, vritti bhedat, panchadha iti kachyate. So evam karyasya karanat ananyatvam. This is 2.1.20. I think I have taken some more time, 10 minutes. I think I was given 35 minutes. But then there are so many nyayas I have picked and chosen, some very few nyayas, to bring about. I wanted to bring about Jagat and Jiva and Moksha, all these sankalpanas. So I tried this in bits and fragments. I would like to thank the authorities, especially the Advaita Academy and Indic Academy organizers, for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and would conclude my talk with a beautiful verse from Adi Shankara's Vivek Chudamani, Vagvaikhari Shabdachari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam. Vagvaikhari Shabdachari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvat Bhuktaye Natu Muktaye. So we are all talking and talking and writing and writing. These are just bubbles and ripples, they will fade away. So may all of us, what we want after all is a mukti, is oneness. That's why this month-long activity is also going on. So may we all strive to go beyond these words, which are just bubbles, and reach the highest, where Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyaha Chinna Samshayaha. Dhanyavadaha. Namaste. Pranamaha.
Thank you, Gauri Mahulikar ji. Kaimuti ka न्याय, अरुंधति दर्शन न्याय, शाखा चंद्र न्याय, अर्धजरदीय न्याय, अंड कुकुटी न्याय, अंध पंगु न्याय, अंध परंपरा न्याय, अंध गोलांगुल न्याय, क्रिया विकल्प न्याय, चक्र भ्रमण न्याय. Oh my God, so many nyayas, and it was really very enlightening for me personally. And it was very nice to have explained all these nyayas for the purpose of explaining the Brahma Sutra's certain principles. I remember personally, I'm waiting for the questions, but I remember personally till the time I get some question, I will take 5 more minutes of yours. I have been told many times by my spiritual guru that if one wants to take revenge on somebody else, he should give him the gift of Brahma Sutra Bhashya of Adi Shankaracharya and ask him to read day in and day out and try to figure out some meaning out of it. And I remember that, but then there's one more nyaya which I recollect in this context is the what is called Kopin Guda Nyaya. It is like Kopin Guda Nyaya. It is like say jaggery put on the elbow of a person, and you can't leave it also, and you can't eat it also. So
Kafuni Guda Nyaya. Kafuni
Guda Nyaya. Yeah, it's this elbow where you can't leave it also, and you can't consume it.
You can't lick it also.
Yes. Kafuni Guda Nyaya. That is because they all say that unless and until you study the prasthanati effectively, you are not really eligible for any further steps or even getting the sadhan chatushtaya sampannatvam or mumukshitvam, and moksha and jivan mukti are long destinations. But there is a hope. If a person goes to Shrotriyam Brahmanishtancha Guru, there will be certainly a lot of illumination possible. But maybe till the time Adi Shankaracharya only recommended that samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshate dumkre karne. And there are many of us are perhaps at that stage where you start studying the Chatussutri and Brahma Sutra and Prasthantrayi. By the time you go to Panini for understanding the Vyakaranam, and you go to various Nyayas and various commentaries, whether Vivaran school or Bhamti school and so on and so forth, it will be impossible. So better perhaps advice as you gave last shloka from Vivek Chudamani, Natu Muktaye. Muktaye, if your destination coordinate is say Jivan Mukti, and you believe in starting something in this life, it is always good to start with Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamad. It was very nice. I have 4 questions. I'm not getting. Sarvebhya Shubha Sandhya. I'm not able to log in morning sessions. Hari Om. Okay. I think I don't see any question on these things.
The very famous Nyaya, I missed one Nyaya, I remember now, it is Thuna Nikhanana Nyaya. There is Shikata Kupan Nyaya also, say, especially for the Buddhas, he says, the more you dig deep in the sand, you are not going to make a hole. It will be filled up by the sand which is on the on that pit. besides that pit, it will fall in that, and we have had this experience on the beaches, you know, when we had been playing on the beaches. The more you dig deep, we are not creating any pit there at all, because the sand goes on falling. And therefore Shankara says, the more I try to refute, you know, I get entangled in this, better not wash off your hands, you know, and don't do that, that exercise, because that's in vain. Yeah. You can't dig a well in the sand, you know. And another one is the sthuna nikhanana nyaya. That's also very nice, you know, for strengthening whatever you want to say, your own argument. What you do, somebody is doing a fencing for his house, and he is, you know, putting the sthuna, sthanu, the pillar in the pit, okay, and to root it, you know, so that it doesn't shake off. He shakes it first so that it still goes further deep, right? So sthuna nikhanana nyaya. So the same thing again, you do it, shake it first so that it becomes strong, it becomes strengthened. So to strengthen your own argument, you raise questions, okay, and you try to answer those questions so that your dogma and your doctrine becomes strong. And similarly, the dvirbaddham subhaddham bhavati, dvirbaddha nyaya. You know, you are doing something like one knot you keep on the cord or a thread. One knot can be easily untied, but you put another knot on the same, it's very difficult. So it is dvirbaddham subhaddham bhavati. So always do the things in two manners, and therefore Shankaracharya does it with Shruti, number one, and the second he does it with Tarka. And that is also Shruti Matas Tarkonusandhiyata, and not the Tarka Bhasa. So very interesting things, you know, in Shankara Bhashya.
I think we are done with the questions. There are no further questions. Next session is about to begin. If you want to
I'll stay for a while, yeah, sure.
Please mute your audio and video both, and you are more than welcome to follow the next session. Yeah. Thank you, Gauri. It was nice to have you.
Anugrahitasmi.
Thank you.